Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you are doing great and you have a lovely day so far. Let me just welcome you to the FS Market. The first FS Market is happening here in GFS. I will be hosting this workshop or CPD under the name of Demonstrating Effective Challenges and Supporting in EYFS. It's hosted by me, Miss Naima. So let me just introduce myself so quickly. Who am I? Well, I am Naima. I'm from Morocco. I have 10 years of teaching experience. Among these 10 years, 5 years here are GFS. Well, I'm one of the founders and I'm really very proud to be. Bachelor degree holder in English Studies and English Literature. NCFE Cash Level 3 and 5 diplomas, and my international post-graduation certificate in education is in progress. I worked in three different curriculums: British National Curriculum, the EYFS, the IB, International Baccalaureate, and the US curriculum, the American Common Core State Standards. So all these really helped me to enrich my knowledge, and please just I don't know how to say it, but it's really a great pleasure to share this humble experience with you guys. I know that you are all very experienced teachers, so let's start our CPD. This session will cover the role of challenge in the early years, improving learning, playing, and interacting, moving practice forward, and we will have questions at the end. Please log into Padlet and share with us some pictures, one picture per teacher, and the commands how you challenge your children. Just we will have an idea and we will see if we are all in the same track or the same path. So, what do we mean by challenge? Well, challenge is so crucial to improve the quality of learning, playing, and interacting with children's experiences. It needs to be effective and not negative. So, challenge should be viewed in the context of ways children learn, reflect on, question, and improve. So, the aim of having challenges is to have a win-win situation where the outcome is an improvement and step development in practice for teachers, resulting in better outcomes for our children. Well, the question to consider is how can this be achieved? So, to do this, there's a need to recognize the barriers. What are the barriers that are blocking this development? Well, do we have problem in questioning, or we're not giving a valuable feedback, or are we not reflecting on our practice? And should we or we need to work on identifying the next steps? These are really hard barriers that stand in front of achieving that good challenge to develop children's and get or uh, achieve their best. The need for challenge to be based on evidence from different sources such as observations, planning, and records. So based on these, you need to plan your challenge steps. Challenge is successful when we enable the environment, when we work on our continuous provision, when we plan properly. So this is the context. It's also successful when we have a very positive relationship with our children, when we develop good connection with them. Then it is really very successful when communication is there, a valuable communication, an effective communication. So we should be aware of how this communication is happening, how children are communicating verbally, non-verbally, English as a second language. Are we doing active listening? Because listening is one of the communication the three communication parts. So we have the listening, delivering the message, and the message itself. So how are we doing that? Is it effective listening? Are we showing interest in our children's way of talking when they are communicating? What we should avoid is giving assumption, like thinking that that child is really doing a great job or he's already a high level achiever. Meanwhile, we need to give these challenges so we can see what is the level of that child. So we don't give assumptions. Also, we don't dominate the conversations and the discussions. Allow children enough time, plenty of time, to share their ideas, to have time to think first, then share what they were thinking about. Also, don't give one solution. Let's try to have multi solutions. Like always help to think critically and help children to get more than one solution by giving them like, how about this? I think we can do this. So these allow the children to think critically and have more than one solution. Oh, who is there? Goldilocks? I wonder why Goldilocks is in this CPD. Do you have any idea? What do you think? Well, let's say Goldilocks. We are looking for Goldilocks challenge. Goldilocks challenge. Yes, Goldilocks challenge mean not too hard. That challenge is not very hard to achieve or to solve the problem, and not very easy that make the children bored and don't want even to do it. They feel that, oh, it's too easy for me. But we want challenges that can be just right for them. That's what we mean by Goldilocks challenge. Are we doing Goldilocks challenges in our classes? Let's think about it. In FS1 and FS2, we have to bear in mind that our target is the early learning goals. So the challenges here need to be just right, not something beyond our capability or the ability. They need to be meeting these early learning goals. So the objectives are just broken down to help us reach the early learning goals. As long as our challenges are within these objectives and developed by implementing characteristics of effective learning, that means we are on the right path, we are on the right track. How to challenge our children? What do you think? We need to find out how these challenges will occur, how the challenges will happen. We need to have an idea about it. So we can challenge our children by asking open-ended questions. We can also model the answers. We can also use how about questions. It really helps children to think critically, try to solve problem, to have different suggestions. Bring in new materials because challenge can be only questioning. Offering new materials. Watch the children. How are they using these materials and resources? Believe me, they will surprise you by taking these materials and resources to the next level that you were not even expecting. Ask, what will happen next? Give the children the time to think. Maybe if you don't have like open-ended question that you feel it's clear to the children, just say, and then, and that allow the children to extend in the answers. They can talk and talk and they can explain more. Allow children time to think and elaborate and introduce new things. Move away and observe. It's really a good opportunity to see what the children can come up with. It's also a good opportunity for us to observe. What do we need to remember? We need to remember to be very playful because challenges are great games. And if children see that you are being light about it, they will not have the expectation that they need to respond with perfection. When offering challenges through questioning or with new materials, remind children there is no right answer. In fact, you don't have an answer in mind, and you can both enjoy the fun of figuring things out together. We all meet big and small challenges in daily life. We can begin to prepare children now to meet these challenges with creativity and confidence. The carefully considered challenges you offer in the early years provide children with valuable tools they can use to handle whatever comes their way. Let's have a look and guess what is the challenge? What do you think? The first picture, the boy was working in the construction area. He could create and build things. So the first challenge was, what did you build? What did you make? So we can see if the child was building with a purpose in mind. Then take the challenge further. Then we ask the child, what's the initial sound of the things he could make? He was able to answer that. The big challenge for him was to write the initial letters of the sounds he said. And he was really excited. He stays in that activity for more than 30 minutes, building, thinking, and even looking for materials to write and start writing. That was really a very good challenging opportunity. Let's have a look at the next picture. This girl was counting. So she was able to count from 0 to 10. How can I take that challenge further? I offered her some cards. So these cards was really helpful to see if she can put the numbers in the right order, if she can identify the numbers. She was able to identify them and put them in the right order. Okay, so what's the next challenge? Matching numbers to numerals. That was a little bit challenging for her. But at the beginning, she tries to put all the things the same, like one unifix, two unifixes. So here the teacher interferes and asks, we can still have different things within that set and they can still make the same number. She started to think and then she implemented what her teacher told her and she matches the numerals to the numbers. And that was really nice challenge for her. She enjoyed it. How about these pictures? Let's see. Are we challenging only the higher performing children? Only the high achievers need to be challenged? What do you think? Let's have a look at the first picture. Here, I have this boy. He was coloring. And he was looking for the purple color. I asked him, well, we don't have purple color. What should we do? It takes him for a while. It takes him really a while to think what he needs to do. He started to put some colors together. And then suddenly, when he put blue and red, he got purple. He was really happy to see that the purple come out when he mixed these two colors. This is also a challenge for him. Another challenge is using resources properly. So this girl here, she was not able to do activities independently. She always needs someone to join her, an adult I mean, to join her and help her to do the activities. So for her, that was really a huge challenge to just look at the materials and choose what does she need. It was so good that she could explore these colors, paint her hand, have the handprint, and then look around. What else does she need? She picked the eyes and started sticking them. She was even counting how many eyes. So, first, activities, just like questions, need to be open ended. Children can work through them at their own rate and be challenged on their own levels. Look for activities that empower children to make choices as to what materials they use and how they use them. In this way, you are introducing an idea, resource, and standing back to see where they can go with that. Right, so how about children who are not willing to have a go? Look for the children who are the watchers. And I know all of us have this kind of children, like they love to just stand and watch and do nothing. So we are here to challenge them. We need to go and look at these watchers, not the active children. Join them in the watching. Yes, it's a good thing to do. Let's see, what are they doing? What are they thinking about? As we observe the others working, inviting them to talk about what they are looking at and what they are observing, what they would like to do. You may find out that they are afraid of something. What are they afraid of? Maybe they're afraid of getting hurt. Maybe they are worried about falling down, while playing a game or while having an activity, or maybe in FS1 and even 2, we are having lots of messy play. Maybe they are afraid to get dirty. It's really a good opportunity to encourage them and even join them in the play. Show them that, look, we can also fall down and we stand up. It's fine. We can get messy and dirty, but later we're going to wash and maybe we can change our clothes. Joining in the play with them is really very important. That really would encourage them to try new things, challenge themselves, choose something small to do first, and then gradually add more complex things, more complexity to the learning. Through modeling, we will have helped these children to make the first step to the effective challenge. So easy to remember. Challenge takes a child to the next step of understanding and accomplishments. Add new materials, new resources, ask questions, make sure they are open ended questions, and model. Model the learning, model how you tackle the challenge because we are the role model for our children. Well, we should remember that life is a series of challenges, challenges that urge us to make an effort, to take an action, and to use our minds, bodies, and hearts to their utmost. Think about how we gently challenge children every day in our classrooms. We ask children to try to button their jackets or zip them up, tie their shoes. We also encourage them to try a puzzle piece another way if it does not fit, or to guess how many steps it would, they would need to just jump and reach. A gentle challenge can encourage a child to look at something in a new way, to try something just a bit difficult, or maybe different. As teachers, we have often seen those delightful aha moments when we just, see the right question on the suggestion of a new material has taken a child to the next step of understanding or accomplishment. It's really, important to challenge our children. And I know that we are doing it every day. We just need to do some, developing in our environment, in our planning, in our reflection, in giving the feedbacks to our children. Let's try it, and I'm sure we are going to do the effective challenge in the FS. Thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget to join the Padlet so you can even write a comment or send a picture of how you challenge your kids. Thank you so much for joining and have a lovely evening.